The cryptocurrency market is experiencing a time of significant change, and anyone keeping an eye on trends should pay attention to what is happening, especially with Bitcoin.
Recently, Glassnode revealed that the market is entering a new phase, a selling phase, driven by big players, or the famous whales, who are dumping their large amounts of Bitcoin. And what does this mean for those who closely follow the market? Well, let's explore together. And so begins another Bitcoin video now. This is Oliver. Get ready as another video is starting. First, it is important to understand the context. Bitcoin had an impressive rise that took its value to more than $100,000. This increase was notable, especially after former President Donald Trump's victory. But what many didn't realize at the time is that this sudden growth could be a sign that the market was about to change phase. And that's exactly what Glassnode observed. According to them, the main change is that large holders, those who have significant volumes of BTC, are starting to sell. Now, what is this rollout phase that Glassnode mentions? Well, basically it means that the big whales that control a good portion of the Bitcoin supply are starting to move their coins back into the market, likely to take advantage of the higher prices before a potential crash happens. For those who follow the crypto-active market, this is a warning sign, as when these whales sell in large quantities, this tends to increase the supply of Bitcoin, which can put downward pressure on prices. And how did Glassnode come to this conclusion? They analyzed the accumulation trend score, which is a metric that shows the behavior of large BTC holders. When this number is low, as it is now at 0.21, it indicates that whales are no longer buying, but rather distributing. And for those who are betting on a continuation of the bull rally, this is a sign that optimism may be waning. The transition to the distribution phase is a direct reflection of the actions of these large entities that own more than 10,000 Bitcoins. They began selling their holdings in September, and the selling trend has intensified in recent weeks, with smaller whales, those with between 1,000 and 10,000 Bitcoins, increasing their movements. This shows that the market is becoming more cautious and the big players are adjusting their strategies. Did you like this video? So leave a like below to help the channel grow. Your support makes all the difference and motivates us to bring you more and more quality content. Enjoy! Click the thumbs up and share with those who also enjoy this universe of cryptos. The scenario becomes even more complicated when we consider that, despite the optimism regarding Bitcoin and the positive stance of some institutions, such as MicroStrategy, the market was unable to continue rising. The lack of buying pressure and the behavior of whales create an environment where prices could start to fall. And this selling movement is creating a riskier scenario for smaller investors, who may feel more pressure due to the increase in supply and the possible drop in the value of BTC. Last Tuesday, the market already started to show signs of this fall, with around $390 million being lost due to a sudden drop. And analysts are suggesting the market could continue to fall. There is even a prediction that the price of Bitcoin could fall below $94,000, and, in a more pessimistic scenario, even test $91,000. For those watching the market, these fluctuations are concerning, and the impact could be large, especially if the sell-off begins to spread and sellers dominate exchanges. Now, how does this all fit together for the average investor? Well, of course the cryptocurrency market is highly volatile and subject to wide fluctuations. However, it is important to be aware that whale behavior has a profound impact on prices, and when these large entities start to sell off, it could be a sign that the party is coming to an end. This does not mean that the cryptocurrency market is over, but it is a clear indication that we are at an inflection point. And for outsiders or those who have no experience with the cryptocurrency market, the usual recommendation is caution. The BTC and crypto-active market, in general, is still very new and very unpredictable. What we are seeing now could just be an adjustment phase, or it could be the beginning of a larger correction, as has happened in the past. The key is to understand the market cycle. What we are witnessing may be the distribution phase of a cycle, but that does not mean that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as a whole will disappear. On the contrary, cryptos still have a long journey ahead. The question is how the big players and whales will react to a possible price drop and how this will affect smaller markets. The only certainty is that the cryptocurrency market will continue to be a roller coaster of emotions. We are experiencing a phase change, and what seemed to be a period of great growth may turn into a time of more caution. For investors, this is a reminder that being well-informed and understanding market signals is key to making safer decisions. In a scenario like this, the most important thing is to always monitor the metrics, like those that Glassnode provides, and try to understand the movements behind the big players. After all, they have the power to influence the market in significant ways. But at the same time, it is necessary to remember that the cryptocurrency market is,
In essence, a long-term bet.
For those who believe in the potential of Bitcoin and cryptos, this may just be a moment of temporary correction.
So, what can we expect from the market in the coming months? Well, if whales continue to dump their Bitcoin holdings and selling pressure continues to increase, it is possible that Bitcoin prices will fall further, as analysts predict. But at the same time, this could be the time for other investors to enter the market and take advantage of dips to buy at lower prices, creating a new cycle of accumulation. The future of crypto is still open, and although we are going through a distribution phase at the moment, we cannot rule out the potential for further rallies or a stronger recovery in the future. The important thing is to understand that we are at a transition point and that today's decisions can significantly affect tomorrow's results. Ultimately, the cryptocurrency market is always in motion, and investors need to pay attention to each change. With whales playing the sales game and the market trying to find its balance, today's scenario is one of uncertainty, but also of opportunity. Keep an eye on trends, follow the movements of large entities, and, above all, be patient. The Bitcoin market and cryptos are not for the faint of heart, but for those who have the vision and courage to ride the waves of volatility. If you're enjoying the content and want to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the world of crypto, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Just click below and activate the bell so you don't miss any new videos. This way, you can follow the news in real time and don't miss out on anything. What is the real chance of us entering a crypto winter in the near future? When we talk about the chance of a crypto winter, it is important to understand what this term means and why it is still on the radar of many investors. A crypto winter is basically the prolonged period of decline in the cryptocurrency market, where prices plummet and public confidence is shaken. This has happened a few times in the past, and many people wonder if we are about to face something similar in the near future. I would say that it is possible, yes, that we will enter a crypto winter, but, as always in the cryptocurrency market, the uncertainties are great. What we see today are mixed signals. On the one hand, cryptos, especially Bitcoin, continue to be adopted by a growing range of investors and companies, which gives a certain solidity to the market. But on the other hand, we have these boom and bust cycles that seem to be repeating themselves, and some factors now indicate that we may be in a moment of transition to a possible stronger correction. When Glassnode, for example, talks about whales dumping Bitcoin, it triggers an alert. Whales, which are these large entities or investors with large amounts of Bitcoin, often have the power to move the market up or down. If they start to sell, this could result in significant selling pressure, which, of course, could lead to a falling price scenario. And this selling pressure has already been happening, especially since September, which makes us wonder if the optimism we saw in the bullish phases is still sustainable. Furthermore, we have to consider that the crypto market is highly volatile and sensitive to macroeconomic events. Inflation, government decisions, the regulation that is being discussed in several countries, are factors that can directly influence the market. The lack of clear regulation in many places also generates a certain level of uncertainty, which can deter more cautious investors, especially in times of economic instability. But what is also interesting is to realize that, despite all these negative factors, cryptos have not disappeared. Instead, they continue to gain adoption in various parts of the world, with more companies starting to accept Bitcoin and other cryptos as a form of payment, and even governments experimenting with their own version of digital currencies. So, even if the market enters a falling phase, this can be seen as a natural correction, a pause for reflection, until the market stabilizes and new opportunities emerge. This makes me think that a crypto winter does not necessarily mean the end of the market, but an adaptation phase. A more mature market may emerge from these declines, because cryptos have the potential to strengthen after periods of decline, precisely because they help to filter uncertainties and show who is prepared to continue investing in the long term. Anyway, what are the real chances of us entering a crypto winter? I would say it depends on a number of factors. But yes, the risk exists. The cryptocurrency market is still new and very volatile, and any large movement, whether whale sales or changes in the global economic scenario, can cause prices to fall. But at the same time, cryptos have a unique characteristic: the ability to reinvent themselves and recover from past crises. So even if a strong correction happens, it doesn't mean the market is finished. We are just seeing another of the curves that are part of this path, which is still so uncertain and unpredictable. And to continue learning more about cryptos, I'll leave this video here. Unfortunately, I'm saying goodbye, until next time.